Hey YouTube! It's been a while since I've done a BYU surplus and thrifting update. So yeah, this is past few months of BYU surplus being rolled in with a thrift update because I did go thrift shopping recently. And I didn't go every single time to the surplus sale. There were a few times that I forgot. And, I feel a little bit sad when I forget, especially since there's one guy who is one of the student employees there. He wasn't there 2 days ago at the sale. Or was it yesterday at the sale? I forget. Because today's Friday. Yeah, so yesterday. But he wasn't there at the sale. He's a really nice person. But when, the start of this story, and then he was like, I'll see you at the next one. And then I was like, yep. But then I forgot. And I know that it's not a big, huge thing. He knows that everyone's busy. That was just a way of saying goodbye for now. See you later. But I still felt a little bit sad because surplus is one of the things that still kind of sort of makes me happy going and looking. I don't buy something every time, but if I see something that looks cool, great. I've gotten some really good deals from there, which is what Ben is all about doing. I absolutely love it because they make money. We get a good deal. It helps BYU. I really, really like this. But to get things started, first I asked my manager at work if they wanted another chair. Not this one, but very similar to this one is the one that I was thinking of, because they said that they're not very, what was it? Oh, one of the chairs at work was going bad. And I had offered months before, but then somebody else already found a chair and brought it in for cheap. But then, they had another chair go bad, and so I offered. So I first went upstairs, because furniture does kind of go quickly. So if you go to the BYU surplus sale, I highly recommend you at least go and spend 5 minutes or less upstairs just looking what's there. Maybe they have something special. I've gotten moving blankets from there, like a ton of them, 20 for $1 each. Really good deal. But so I went up there, I found a chair that seemed to be in decent working condition, and I went ahead and I wrote my name down on a piece of tape and stuck it on the chair, and went downstairs to look at the electronics. I didn't really have anything specifically that I was planning to buy at the moment. I was just going to look as usual. While I was down there, though, I did find
power on, connected.
They connect really quickly. Unless it's just the speed of saying connected is faster than other headphones. You can turn the light on and off. These are the Jithios Captain 300. I want you guys to hear the voice.
Power on, connected.
Microphone mute. Microphone on.
Power off.
I find it interesting that they used 2 different voices for this, but it's not bad. I love the physical volume slider. This works for wired mode, which they have a jack for, and wireless. And I can get more granular when I'm listening to stuff on my phone versus maybe not having enough steps for the volume on the thing. I like having this, so I keep my phone about 70% maybe, and then I adjust with this. Comfort is okay. They're feeling pretty good right now. I guess part of it depends on how I'm feeling. Did I get enough sleep? I have a headache, stuff like that. But being an oval, you get a slight pressure point at the bottom, or shift it and it can be a pressure point up at the top. But their comfort is pretty good. Their pad is pretty good. I like headphones with round pads better, but I figured out maybe a year ago now, I realized why they do this, because you can have full over ear, but they can be a little slimmer in one direction because they're an oval that fits on your kind of ovicular ears, and it will be less hot, sweaty for you. So yeah, but they've been nice. These normally come with an aux cable. Didn't have that on this one. Again, surplus sale used. And they also have a 2.4 gigahertz adapter, so they can do Bluetooth, but they can also do 2.4 gigahertz to a console. They can only do one device with Bluetooth, sadly. Control scheme, a little bit weird. The bottom button that was for turning the lights on and off. If you double tap it, it will switch between modes. And then the top button is a little bit weird. It's like a quick double tap to play pause, a shorter double tap to skip forwards, and then single tap is the microphone mute, microphone on. Microphone is detachable. I usually just keep it detached anyway so I don't lose it. I've used these on a few like Discord calls with a friend for just chatting. Don't use these at my computer. Those are still my other headphones. But I mean, these I think are my second best pair of headphones. So like I'd probably, the state of the ear cups is a little questionable. I need to do a bit of sewing on my expensive V-Moda M200 ANCs that no longer work with Bluetooth. That's a whole story. But I would probably give those to a guest, and then these would be the headphones that I would wear if I had a guest and we needed headphones when we were recording something. So yeah, but they're pretty good. They did have a weird thing though, where when I plugged them in to see if they would charge a little bit in the testing area, the battery percentage jumped up by 10% on my phone in the Bluetooth settings where it shows battery percentage, and then when I unplugged them it dropped down again by 20%. I've tested, nope, it doesn't go up to 110%. If they're at 100 and you plug them in, it just says 100, which by the way, actually really cool. These can be used in Bluetooth mode while you are charging them. I have not seen other headsets that can do that, and I thought that was actually pretty neat. Other headsets, you have to have like go in wired and then also have your charge wire plugged in. So now you got two wires. I like that this can be wireless while you plug them in, and they don't use enough power, so I did have them plugged in once while I was still using them wirelessly, and by the time I was done they got a decent amount of the way. They were like 80% charged or something. So yeah, and talking with Ben afterwards, because these normally these used to be $5 for headsets like this, but then now they're $3, which is pretty cool. And then we have this here, Man from Snowy River. I texted my mom to see if she would want this. She said yes. And so I didn't know the price of this. But I knew the price of these. This is why I had to talk to Ben. I was like, so how much? Well, $1, assuming there's nothing on it. Oh, Man from Snowy River. Oh, that's a good movie. And he's like, $1 for all of them. Oh wow, thank you. So I got $1. Technically 50 cents for this, 50 cents for this. That was pretty cool. Again, I've been using these for months. It was great. I missed the next sale. I think I went to one, maybe didn't get anything. I went to the YSA conference. Man, so many unfortunate things happened there. I ended up losing my water bottle. I may talk about that later. Actually, I'm pretty sure it was stolen, but that's for a whole nother video on that and the reasons why. Then there was, what else? Oh, a different pair of headphones that I'm about to show. No, so wait, sorry. Rewind. Before that. Right, because that story is actually related to these right here. These are the MPOW H5s. I had two pairs of MPOW earbuds that I liked a lot. Ones with like the ear hooks. I had the Flame S and the Flame 2. I got into MPOW from a pair that I bought at NPS. They were actually really good. I liked them. I mean, the first pair that I got was having problems with Bluetooth. I went back, they were like, yeah, if we still have the exact same thing, you can grab another pair. They did. It was great. So I'm like, yeah, more MPOW. I'm going to explain why these are apart is because the headband is cracking right there. I was wearing them like one of the nights when I got back from the YSA conference, or it was the night before, and having to take the train up and not being used to that. But this used to have fake leather on here. It was peeling. I rubbed it off. It left with this actually pretty nice feeling material. There's still a few bits that are gonna flake off. The ear cups are starting to flake, but this does need to be fixed up here, and had to look for it. This piece of metal. I have a short on this. It is the 3 a.m. autism insomnia metal hunt, something like that, whatever. But yeah, it's from one of those foldable clothes hampers, clothes bins. It is really like you can bend, but it goes back. So I'm gonna have my friend help me bend it to the right shape and flatten out this part. And then I think these things should be good to go back in service. The battery on them has been fine. The sound is good. I like the control scheme. Yeah, I believe it's tap for volume, hold for skip. They have ANC. I haven't used ANC a lot. I'm usually not a fan of ANC because it gives me a headache. If I'm listening to music, it doesn't give me as much of a headache. It's only reduces a little bit. So it's not like the greatest. It reduces something, but not much. So I wouldn't really use them much with ANC. And I've got also their screws in a magnetic parts holder somewhere. So then we get to the YSA conference where I found that they were cracking on the top. I lost my water bottle. And then one of my pairs of MPOW earbuds, the one that I keep in my bag, I had them around my neck after the Saturday of the conference because I had used them as earplugs for being in situations with music, just because the music was a little bit loud, and so I was trying to protect my hearing a little bit. They never made it back into my bag. I found them the next morning in the street, and one ear thing had been run over. Sad. And then I don't know how much longer afterwards, maybe a month or so, my other pair of MPOWs just died on one side. And by the way, the ones that were run over still worked on one side, but not the other side. I thought about repairing them, but just adding some connection for a new earpiece on the other side. I've got some other MPOWs behind me that sound amazing, but are dead. And I thought about trying to wire that in, but it would have been too much work. And it was interesting to see the inside, though, and because I would have thought you have your electronics in a box and you completely seal up that box. Instead, they actually just encased all of the important parts of the electronics in some type of putty silicone something or other, and that's how they waterproofed it. Pretty cool. But so with both of those dead, I was going to need some new earbuds, and this aux cord flat, very nice, goes with the H5s. So, new earbuds. I did get some from NPS, and I'm not showing those in this video because that's not a surplus or a thrift, but I got some Bemani T16s. They're pretty good. They're true wireless with the hooks and stuff. But I needed another pair for around the house, and so I went looking at the surplus sale for those, and so I pulled out these things and these. They're right next to each other. So these are the Skull Candy, light up and whatnot. What are they? These are the Sesh Evo. They sound okay. I cannot get these to stay in my ears. They do not have any tips with them being used. I found some of my foam tips that are not comply, but they're just cheap foam tips. They will make these stay in my ears, but then they will not fit in the case. I do not want to be swapping tips out every time that I have to. It's annoying. It is. I put some of those on the I always want to say Bemini, but it's Bemani. I switched the A and the M around. But the ones I got from NPS, the foam tips do fit inside the case, but sometimes it's a little bit tight, so sometimes I pull out the bud and the tip is still in the case. But so these do not stay in my ears. I wish they would, because then I would put these into use somewhere, but they just don't. So I don't know, maybe try selling them online or something. But yeah, these were, I think, $5 for these? I don't remember exactly. And then these are $1 for these types of pairs, which, when I was looking for my next pair, I thought about trying an expensive, nice brand. I wanted something that would have good ambient mode or pass-through. And what seemed to be good, even though, I have a general not good opinion of the brand, was the Beats. Or it's Power Beats Sport, or something like that, whatever. The little tiny Beats with the hook. And they have, the same chip that's used inside of the AirPods for stuff. So I think those would be good. And if I ever save my money and get myself a nice expensive pair of earbuds, those will be them. But for now, I have these, because the Bemani ones live in my bag. Yeah, these are the Soundbuds Slim Plus. They are waterproof, so these are my new in-the-tub earbuds. I wish I had the smaller of these fins, but they fit okay. They're maybe slightly uncomfortable in some days with the way the fins poke in. They fit good with the tips that already were on there. micro USB, standard play pause, but you hold to skip forwards and stuff. They're pretty good. I like their sound. I like that they magnet together. So these are my official. I use these when I'm relaxing in the tub. Peace. Sound foam. Not the same color as like the foam you can see behind me. This is just going to be so I have more foam. If I'm ever filming in a random location, I bring this with me. And, you know, I could just throw it off camera somewhere and help reduce some of the echo that way. There is one of them that has a little, yeah. That's my fault. This was after they were sitting around in my studio and they ended up in a bad spot and something punctured that a little bit. It's still gonna work though. But you will never guess where I found those. So here's a clip of where I found them and a few other things at the sale that were interesting. Oh cool, I know, microwave. Wait, what? Wonder how much. This is a really cool MGO mouse. It is a PCM-CIA, later renamed to PC card mouse. So this would sit inside of your PCM-CIA slot, and then you could pop it out, and it would Bluetooth to your computer, and you could do mousing stuff. I think that's so neat, but I didn't get it, because I don't need it. I don't know what the volume knob from a church foyer was doing there, but they had one. Because that's one of the reasons I go, is just to look at cool stuff. I'll have to do one of these where it's just a video of photos of all the cool things that I found at the sale. So then we come to the current sale. So I went with my roommate to this one. This was one where I wasn't planning on getting anything, but I did end up getting some stuff. So, you know, just kind of looking around. And then, I remembered what I was forgetting, because at the last moment I did get the thing I was about to say, but there was something before that that wasn't a last minute thing. It was this. Should have had our other tape gun in here to show, because the other one we have is not good. It's like a Scotch brand or whatever, but it, like, the metal part sticks out this way a bit and the tape just gets stuck onto it, whereas this one is one of the springy ones, and I haven't used it yet, but I'm sure it's going to work great. The new one does have retractable blades that get pushed out by this, so it's maybe slightly safer, but I don't know, I like the brown, old style look of it. I'm sure it's going to function great. $5. Yeah, I am very happy for this purchase. Now I have one of my own that lives in the studio. So then as we were walking, I noticed they had power bricks there, which I already got one at NPS, right? And they're like having a sale or whatever. I needed a brick for my room. This is gonna go in there. Before I forget, the texture of this 3 USB charger is weird. It feels like blue painter's tape, but it's actually a double 3 because there's 3 here, but then 3 ports. So like, I'm sure it's in reference to the ports, but it's also a 3.1 amp charger. So like not the fastest charger, but I currently have 1, 2, 3, 4 in my room. One of them's not being used anymore, but those are going to be replaced. 3 of those are going to be replaced with this one right here. I don't know where this thing ended up to get video of this, but it is extremely loose and does not stay in the wall, and it has an extremely bright light, which I sleep with a sleep mask, so it might not be too big of an issue, except when I want my mask off so I can like turn my phone brightness down and watch something. No. Unusable, not using it there. Because I'll have a micro USB for things that I need to charge my micro USB, like my tub headphones, which by the way, the Captain 300 headphones, the gaming headset, USB-C. Everything else, oh, and the these are USB-C. Everything else is micro USB. So it would be a micro USB, there's going to be another USB-C, and then so there's 2 USB-Cs in my room, one's for my phone, and then this one's going to be my watch charger. So pretty cool. But I got this, and once I got home from the sale, I was like, I'm going to look for my receipt, and I can return the one that I got at NPS now, because I remember the price was like $9.99. I completely forgot 60% off of that $9.99 because it was a phone accessory on sale. and a 15% off of that in addition. So I ended up paying like $2.90 for it, and I'm like, I don't need to return that. I'll keep it and put it to use somewhere else. So this is gonna replace that. And then afterwards, I was like, you know what? Get one of these. I had talked about this with Ben once. This is a Sound Blaster Live. It's going to be for my IBM 300PL, the Windows 98 machine. I wasn't sure if it would really help or not, because the audio sounds pretty good coming straight off of the machine the way it is. It's slightly crunchy, but I ripped some files from a game and put them on my modern computer, which is in the shop right now, because of blue screen saying something about BIOS security, something, whatever. I'm pretty sure PC laptops can fix it. I just hope they do it soon. But the unpacked audio copied over USB and played on the modern computer only sounds slightly less crunchy. So, but this was only $1. And when I talked with Ben months ago, I'm like, and so, you know, how much, like $1 is what I can do, and, you know, and like, so, and how long till you guys like throw them away or whatever. And like, oh, we're not getting rid of them. We like to keep a few around just in case. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I have no pressure, but I did get one. It's got a game port. It's got your usual stuff there. I'm pretty sure I don't need, well, okay, so CD in would be from the CD player. I don't know what TAD is or like aux in, unless that means you can plug in from an aux from your front of your computer. But I'm hoping I don't really need any of that, and I just plug it in and have a sound card, and then it improves the audio a little bit. Yeah, I've heard things about Sound Blaster. I don't know if I actually use a Sound Blaster. Maybe I have at one point, because I have a Sound Blaster like driver CD in my closet downstairs, and so like I suppose maybe that was from a computer that we had. So those things were pretty cool. And now we get into the thrifting section, which recently my friend wanted to go thrifting, and he wanted to go to the Saratoga Springs Deseret Industries of all places. It seemed a little far away to go thrifting, but it's like, yeah, he's like, they're probably got nicer stuff because people around there seem to be a little bit nicer, more rich people. So we went out there, and I did actually end up getting something when I think I wouldn't. This, I also got a Nerf Vulcan for $3. It's in a box because I have it taken apart because I was trying to fix it, but I think I made it worse because it wasn't advancing, but it would shoot a dart out, and the belt was missing a piece. I'll have a photo of that in here if I remember. But with that, I tried to fix it. I think I made it worse because there's the part that like moves out to meet the end of the belt, and then that makes the seal for the breech where the air comes through to shoot the dart out. And now it's like not, I think it's supposed to stay out and then it shoots and then it goes back, but now it's just going. I actually don't know. I'm gonna have to double check and ask, but I don't think that's working. And there's like, I'm looking for the cheapest possible way to buy the piece that I needed, which was the thing that slides up and down and makes the thing ratchet over. I did find one, but I didn't get it off of eBay. Maybe I should have, because it would have been fixed sooner. And I tried using E6000 Premium, and it kind of sort of worked, but then it didn't hold good enough. I don't know. I'm thinking I'm just going to try and sell that one online to recoup my $3. Should be pretty easy to do. I could probably make $10 out of it or so. But there was one on Facebook Marketplace that was a really good price for a crimson red one, which I didn't know they made, but that's cool. They also make clear and clear green. But crimson red, $80, but with 3 belts and a box, that's a really, really, really good price for that. And, what else? Oh, and it's not local. It's like 320 miles away. I asked him if he would be willing to ship, and he said, I'll look into it, and he said it'd be about $30. And so I haven't heard back yet, but the last thing I said to him was, you know, money's a bit tight. I'm looking because I found one, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, if I get a little bit of money, enough money before it, and it's still there, then before you sell it, then yeah, I will take it. And I'll have a crimson red Nerf Vulcan, which my childhood dream is, I have this big white chest that I don't have media of, and I'm not going to try and go grab one right now. We're using it as a wood chest right now, but it's like used to hold toys or whatever. It's a pretty big, I could fit inside of it, wooden chest with rope for handles and like ropes holding the sides on or something, and you open it up. My childhood dream was that, filled with like a big I don't know, 5,000 roll of darts just feeding into my Vulcan, absolutely raining down
Darts.
like crazy from my window on my friends. But yeah, so that plus this. And then, but one person online and all the research I was doing, someone on the Nerf Reddit was like, you can probably find Vulcans at local Goodwills. They're pretty common there. And so I'll see if I can find one and 3D print part for you, blah, blah, blah. Their conversation, but so maybe I should go thrifting again. So I got with my roommate and we went thrifting again. I checked the Provo DI the night before. Didn't really see anything. There were some other Nerf blasters that looked interesting, but I have like too many
blasters.
And actually there's a few going to be coming off of the wall, and you will see why. But, so nothing there, but we went first of all to the American Fork Deseret Industries, and wasn't much there, but there was this thing. I picked this thing up.
Yeah, no.
My roommate needs that. It's also a pen too. Like, he absolutely needs that. Because he says that sometimes. I'll be like, hey roommate, what about this? I know, it's a little bit weird. And he's like, no. But also...
No! 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 I said no! 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 Yeah, no!
I'm glad that was the first one that I heard, otherwise I probably would have been less interested in it. Yeah, it still has ink in there, still writes. The speaker's surprisingly good for what it is. I paid $1 for this. Looking at reviews on Amazon, a little bit tricky to find on there, but it probably came out in 2014. That's the oldest review that I can see. One of them is really nice that I like. I forget who wrote it, but it's like, hey mom, can I have $5? No. Hey mom, can I scribble over all the walls, blah, blah, blah? No. Can I push the button on the pen? No.
No! No! No!
That one right there, there's 3 variations of.
No! No!
That one's the same, just faster.
No! 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 No!
There it is again.
No! I said no! No! Yeah, no!
It's pretty good quality. I like that it looks like a horn too. This might get some use on my channel anytime I need to say no. It does have a slot for replacing the batteries. So I got that, and then we moved back to the Saratoga Springs Deseret Industries, where I picked up a few different things. We'll show this first. So I got another one of these. These ones were $2, and again the Vulcan was $3. I do have actual Nerf Mega AccuStrike darts in right now. These were expensive to buy. I wanted to get some of the knockoff AccuFake darts, but I didn't because of the time it would take to ship here, and I wanted to know if these two were working. So these ones I got on Amazon, and I paid 99 cents per dart. That's expensive. But after getting these and testing them today and them being surprisingly accurate, they're like pretty good. I just need to learn how to actually aim this
Blaster.
really good. I did get some... I ordered, and they'll be coming tomorrow, I ordered some of the knockoff, just regular Mega darts, because I want to see how inaccurate those actually are. I'm curious now. But the reason I got the second one is, the first one I got just because it's red. Red's my favorite color. But I got the second one because it sounds a little bit louder. See if I can demonstrate that here. So yeah, it sounded a bit louder. So I think that one's the louder sounding one. Yeah, this one, if you can't hear the difference, because I recorded a clip, I couldn't hear the difference on my smartphone speaker, Pixel 7 Pro, but I put on headphones and I could hear it. This one's a little more deep, punchy sounding, and the other one's a little bit louder, more springy sounding. And I thought maybe the louder one sounded like maybe it would actually properly work, be more powerful. I don't know if one's been modified, or I'm suspecting that one is just sounds different just because, or maybe there's slight wear. But I posted just a clip of me firing both dry on Reddit Nerf to ask if anybody knew if one seemed like it was modified or not. This was before I got these darts. And the mods removed it for being low effort. You literally have the blasters in front of you. Open them up and see. So I sent a message to the mods and I haven't heard back, and I'm like, well, even if I did open them up, I wouldn't know what to look for. A spring, I'm pretty sure just looks like a spring. So like, what do I look for? Also, I didn't say this in there, but if it comes to it, I will. Although I don't think I need to because they seem to be performing about the same. But if it comes to it, I'll say I have a Nerf Vulcan that was broken, so I had to open it up, and I did. And like many things before, I made it worse. So I do not want to open these up. Fortunately, I don't have to because they seem to be working in decent condition for both of them. These are pretty accurate. I'm excited for the other darts to come in, and eventually I will order some of the AccuFake darts. But I got two other things. Don't know the name of this. I don't know the name of this, but this is a cool skin that I think one of my friends, if he were to get a Nerf blaster, would absolutely get this skin if he got an X shot, just because he's like super America, and he is also into the, I won't say it here, but he's also into the real version of this kind of stuff, so you know, the G word. But yeah, these this one I think is actually a pretty cool, it's early Nerf End Strike, but I think it's pretty cool because of the way the plunger comes back out. But eventually you'll get like a firing of these in some video, I'm sure. This is like way more powerful, and you can hear it when those darts smack into the wall, and it makes a louder sound. It's like, wow, this is pretty powerful. So in general, the dart flinging hobby has gotten more powerful and better, but this one's still not too bad. So I think it might be a little bit later than original Nerf End series, like my Mavericks weren't this powerful, it seems. They're actually broken right now and need a repair. But these are going to be replacing two of the Dollar Tree blaster. And they're probably going to replace, if I can find a way to fit these on my dartboard, or sorry, on my blaster. I said it, darn it. I'm going to try and bleep that out. If I, on my my blaster rack, if I replace these, boy, if I find a spot for these, cool, but they're more likely than not going to replace one of the blasters that I have all three colors of, or all two colors of, maybe. I thought about replacing the absolutely terrible orange one, but that one has to live on there just because it's so bad, and like when I do my shooting range, it's like, here, if you hit anything with this, you win. Essentially, it's like so many points or whatever, but I don't know. These are pretty cool. So, yeah. There's your thrifting update. And if you guys, and surplus update. So if you guys, you know, liked this and, I don't know, you're excited to see when I finish my shooting range eventually, other stuff I film in the studio, I'm going to try and make shorts. That's going to be like my focus once I get the studio finished and my good editing machine is back. Try and do that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like down below, and then, you know, excited about any of that stuff. Subscribe. Go into your phone settings, find the YouTube app, make sure notifications are enabled, and then go back to the YouTube app inside of it and click the bell if you want notifications. I'll see you guys in whatever's next. Bye!